Hello, my fellow hunters! Today, it's not time for a silly intro of joviality and fun. It is... okay, fine. If you want something silly, I guess here is, 5 seconds of Con's face. Hey! No, today I want to answer a question that I have been asked a lot in the last day or so, which is, are we going to cover / where is the coverage on a certain set of leaks that have come out recently about both Stories 2 and Rise? Now, a lot of the time, leaks are a grey area. Sometimes they're like, oh, they released a trailer on YouTube 3 hours before it should have gone up. Let's discuss it. And sometimes it is very malicious, and in this case, literally criminal, and it would be, I feel, wrong to deliberately spread information that got quite literally ransomed to Capcom. Indeed, they had a load, not just information on the games, but personal data of both the company and the employees, completely and utterly stolen. It was a ransomware attack, and they were told if they ever want this information returned, well, they have to pay for it. Of course, Capcom refused, as they rightly should, but it does mean then that the perpetrator went on to release it all, and while it's easy to be like, well, it's already out there now, let's just go look at all the cool information about Stories 2 and Rise, it really doesn't do to spread it. It doesn't do to encourage it, it doesn't do to endorse it. And I wanted to, well, stand up and say that. It's why we're not covering it. Obviously, it's hard to ignore the information that's been revealed, but it's not something that I am at the very least going to share in this video. I'm not going to tell you where to go find it, and indeed I encourage that you don't. It will be talked about and covered in all the detail that we like to do when it is made available in, you know, a less awful circumstance. But I did want to at least address it because, again, a lot of people are asking me my thoughts on what was revealed, on the likelihood of it being actually true, on all of the some such. And look, I can't deny the gamer in me is excited by the information, but that's not really the point. Obviously, I love Monster Hunter, but, you know, I love companies whose products I deeply respect not getting held to ransom by a self-entitled piece of shit somewhere on the internet. I am obviously a huge fan of what they do at Capcom, and it is the worst thing that can happen to passionate game developers having this control taken from them and having their hand forced when it comes to this information that likely has changed. This is early development stuff being just put into the world when you're not ready to show it, when it's not the work that you want put in front of your fans. It really sucks. It's like if I, you know, finished 20% of a video and someone took it and uploaded it, and it doesn't represent at all what I actually want to put across, and it's just like, oh, well now that's just... what's the point? What's the point of me even finishing that? Obviously, much smaller scale, but I completely get it, and it really, really sucks. So, at the end of the day, I cannot justify what is essentially coverage on stolen information, so that's going to have to be it. And even making this, I was a little bit unsure, but I can't just ignore it with the volume of people at the very least wanting my take. So I hope everything works out. I hope that Capcom gets this sorted with the least damage and the most speed possible, and I can't wait to talk about everything when it is revealed in a much more friendly manner. Until then, well, like and enjoy this, subscribe for more, and I will see you soon. A goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kinda relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.